If we don't have the fire of God in this natural earth, we can do nothing. You know, really, if we don't have the fire of God in this natural earth, we are nothing. We can do nothing. And without God, we can do nothing. To think it's all me, all I, all myself, I can do nothing without God at my side. Absolutely nothing without God. John 15 verses 1 to 5, Jesus instructs the disciples not to do anything until they receive the power from on high. Just giving you some scriptures now before I finish. In Luke 24 verse 49, when that power came, the Spirit revealed himself in tongues of fire, or fire sitting upon each one of them. See, that was before they could even go out and do anything. They had to have the fire. The fire had to come on Pentecost before Jesus left, in order for Paul and Matthew and all them guys to go out and start creating a revolution, which is what they did. They revolutionized Jerusalem and all them places around there. Exodus 20 and verses 1 to 6. We just read Exodus 20 and verses 1 to 6. Exodus 20 and 1 to 6. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Egypt again being the world, the sin, bondage creating freedom. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Just giving them a warning here, yeah? You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord, your God. Personalized, He is your God. He's not just our God. He's not Church of the Harvest God. He's not, Michael Wakefield's God. He is our God as a whole. But we need to personalize and say, hey, God, you are my God. God, I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children to the third and the fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands to those who love me and keep my commandments. It just shows you that God is out there to cut off the sins of past generations. The debt we owe to the past is to endeavour to tell the truth to the future. Yeah? The debt we owe to the past is to endeavour to tell the truth to the future. We can come to a place where we just get stale, or sometimes we just get to say we think we know it all. That's just the plain old simple. That's just how it is. Just sometimes even at work, sometimes you just think you know it all. God just has to break us in order to mould us and shape us. That's how the revival back in the Welsh days, Pastor Ronnie said, that's how it is. Fell and they just, brought right before God. He just wept, mould us, bend us, break us, God. Deuteronomy 6, 14 and 15, you shall not go after other gods, the gods of those people who are all around you. For the Lord your God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord your God be aroused against you and destroy you from the face of the earth. We are not to go before other gods. Hebrews 12 and verse 29. I'll tell you, this fire of God, it's an awesome fire to be in. It's a fire that will drive you to Jesus. It's a fire that will consume your enemies. It's a fire that will burn out the dross in your life. It's a fire that will change your life. It's a fire that will cause us to be better people for His kingdom in this day and age. It's a fire that will transform the people around us. And I really just want to have these altars open. I just want to pray for every one of us that we will all just have the fire of God. If Pastor Ronnie just permits it, that I haven't had my hands on people for a while. I just want to get my hands up. Can I feel my hands on warm with the fire of God? Amen. I just want what's in my heart to just come on. That fire will just consume us all. That we will all be radical together. That we will be flames of fire, not cubes of ice. That we will be zealous for God. And I just wanted to be so consumed with the fire of God that I'll tell you, just let that fire, revival fire, just burn inside of us. That revival fire just quench the fiery darts of the enemy. Just quench the fiery darts of our own life. Just quench the fiery darts of who we are, what we want to be. Me, I. That the fire of God would just so consume us that it will get all over us. That we will be just firefighters for Jesus Christ. Yes. That we will be, just on fire for God. That we will be arsonists for God. That we will be arsonists for God. That we will be balls of fire. That we will flow with the fire of God. That we will roll with the fire of God. That the fire of God will have an impact in our generation, in our time, in this day, in this age. That we would just know that, hey, it's for the fire of God that we're living for. That it's for the fire of God, it's for revival fire. The revival fire will flow out of this church, 12A North Parade, Bradford, England. That we will have an impact upon people's lives. I remember when we were in California, Vacaville, California, I think Ronnie Moore was preaching. Man, he was preaching on revival fire, that's what he was preaching on. I'll tell you, all of a sudden the place just smelled like fire. I don't know if Ronnie remembers that. I'll tell you, the place smelled like fire. That is no word of a lie. The whole place smelled like burning fire. And actually people went to the offices, they went to the kitchen, they went and checked the air conditioning, they went outside the building to find out where this smelled, and you could see a haze of like a smoke of fire. Seriously, you could smell the fire, you could feel the fire, you could see the haze. That's the only time in my life, and I don't see things, but that's the only time I've ever seen the haze of the glory or the fire of God. And we saw it in that place, and I'll tell you, we did see it. And everybody, I think Pastor Clenny was there, nobody knew what it was. It was the fire of God that was in that room that night. And I never remember that. I experienced that and I never remember that. I ain't telling tales, I don't do that. That is fact. I used to say, unless I experience God, I can't explain God. But even when I experience God, I can't explain God. God's unexplainable. The Bible is as far as you're going to go about explaining God. Fire is unexplainable. You can't explain the fire. It just burns us, it consumes us. It just eats up at who we are inside of us in order to create the Jesus life to come through. The Jesus generation. Yeah? Watching that DVD on Friday night, and them guys were back from 28 years ago when they had all the big bushy hair and the wacko hairstyles, and people, the hippie style, and they had all this Jesus revolutions, Why in this day and age can't we have it? Why do we have to have hippies going around smoking pot and taking the magic mushrooms and everything? Why can't we, as the Church of Jesus Christ, why can't we get high on the most high in Jesus Christ? Why can't we be consumed with the fire of Jesus Christ? Let's just realise, hey, God, consume my innermost. Consume me, Lord. Just take me, Lord, because I need to be moulded, I need to be shaped, I need to be changed. For you, for other people, and for myself. Yes. For myself, that God, I won't be stale. That God, I won't be criticised. That God, I won't pull myself down. That God, I won't become lukewarm. Revelations, chapter 3 says we lost our first love. I can tell you, sometimes we don't have to lose our first love to fall away from that first love. Let that first love of revival, let that first love of fire be sparked in our lives again. I know we go through circumstances, we go through changes in life, things come at us day-to-day life. When we work in this world, things are going to come at us. We go through trials, we go through the fire of God. As long as we have the fire as a burning desire, a burning zeal inside of us, it'll get us from Monday to Sunday. It'll get us through from January to December, from 2006 to 2010, if the Lord tarries, from this day to the next day, from this hour to the next, if you will be in the fire of God. I just challenge you. The church age is the fire age. This is the fire age. This is the fire generation. This really is the fire generation. This really is the fire age of God. And I love the fire of God to be consumed in Church of the Harvest, for us all to once again just radical, forget about everything, just forget about it all, and just realise it's radical in the fire. Just realise it's all about the fire. I'm just stalling because I just want Jeremy to come down and play that one song, just the fire of God. There's the atmosphere of just the fire of God. The fire, the fire, the fire of God. It's just a consuming fire, and the fire to lead us, the fire to guide us, the fire to direct us. The fire will be in our lives in every area. That we would really be passionate about Jesus Christ and His kingdom. That we would really realise that we need the fire in our lives. That we really realise that we need fire. The fire is the only way to go. The fire is the only way to turn. When all else fails, fire will never fail. That fire will continue to burn because the fuel of Jesus Christ will never run out. The fuel of Jesus Christ will never die out. The things of Jesus Christ never grow old. The fire of God will never grow old. We don't have to put more money in the meter because our fire has burned out, because our gas is gone. No, we just need to be in touch and plugged into the fire of Jesus Christ.